When I say the word healing, what comes up for you? What do you naturally associate with the word healing? When you hear the word healing, what do you think of, or how do you feel? How does your subconscious instinctively understand the word healing? We can learn a lot about ourselves through this kind of introspective practice. A lot of times, healing is connected with some not so fun stuff. Like if you got to heal something, maybe there's something broken that needs to be fixed. Or if you got to heal something, maybe there's something damaged that needs to be mended. Or if you got to heal something, that sounds like a lot of not fun work. And so in the healing journey, it's important to reclaim power within our lives by shifting the meaning of language. Language holds a lot of power in our unconscious mind, especially. And so one way to look at healing is a process of creating space for good things. Think about it. In the subconscious realms or the unconscious mind, when there's certain kinds of pain existing, there's low vibrational energy within our neural data that's being projected onto our parts of consciousness. And it's reducing our ability or capacity or potential to experience the good stuff of life: peace, joy, happiness, presence, love, compassion, connection, wholeness, unity, freedom. And so healing could just be a process of clearing space to let more goodness into our lives. Because it's hard to let compassion in if we're stuck in self-criticism. It's hard to let freedom in if we're stuck feeling trapped. It's hard to let love in if we're stuck in bitterness. It's hard to let peace in if we're stuck in anxiety. It's hard to let unity in if we're stuck in separation. And so maybe healing can shift. The word healing can shift into a higher vibrational meaning subconsciously. Because our conscious mind can perceive things and respond and choose, but what actually matters way more is how our subconscious automatically feels about words. Because our conscious mind could have one perception about the word healing, but our subconscious parts might be experiencing something different based on neural data projections existing and occurring beyond our awareness. And we might not even know that that's affecting us. Like when you think about, okay, I'm investing in my healing, what does that bring up for you? And I'm not talking just in your conscious mind. What does it bring up for you in your body? How does your body feel? Is there tension somewhere? Is there an emotion somewhere? Is there a reaction somewhere? Those are clues that can help you know what's happening in your subconscious realms beyond awareness. And basically, subconscious realms are spaces where our consciousness is experiencing neural projections throughout our brain and our body beyond awareness. Our unconscious mind lives all throughout our brain and our body, where pieces of energetic information are being activated and projected into realities of our parts beyond what we can directly perceive. And it's covertly affecting us. So, just want to give you this little healing journey nugget, soul friends. Take some time, create some space. What comes up for you when you think about healing? When you think about, I need to heal, or I want to invest in my healing, or it's time to look into my healing, or whatever phrasing you want to use. When you look at the healing path before you, what do you think about? What do you naturally associate it with? How does it make you feel? And not just in your conscious mind, but in your unconscious body mind. And from there, how can you shift things so that healing is something that you want to invest in? Healing is not about changing who you are. It's about becoming more of who you truly are. Because you are not the pain, and you are not the sadness, and you are not the anxiety, and you are not the insomnia, and you are not the trauma, and you are not the discouragement, and you are not the bondage, and you are not the panic attacks, and you are not the obsessive compulsions, and you are not the eating disorders, and you are not any of the experiences or the struggles. None of that has anything to do with who you are or what you're worth. Healing is not about changing who you are. You are already perfect. You didn't know that? Beloved, you are already perfect. Healing is just about uncovering the innate perfection that you already are. So one way you can shift the perspective, radical reframe if you will, for healing is think of healing as a process of creating more space inside of you for good stuff. You're creating space, you're healing some of the low vibrational data so that new high vibrational energy can come in. Okay? Healing can just be a process of creating space for more good stuff. And when you shift it like that, where it's simple and lighthearted and focused on the positives, maybe it can open doors. Because it's hard to look at healing when it feels tough and scary. Like, if you look at, okay, I need to heal 20 years of trauma. It's not going to be something that feels very doable or something you can really approach or feel hope or success in. But if instead you're like, you know what? I'm going to take this one step at a time with love and presence, and I'm going to heal by just creating space for some good stuff inside my energies. Maybe that can open some doors because there's not this sense of intimidation or overwhelmment. There's a sense of gentle compassion and presence. And once you start to connect with yourself through love and presence, any and all things become possible. I am sending you all of my love, beloved soul friends, and wishing you the best along your healing journey. And if you'd ever like to connect one-on-one, I would be honored to serve as a healing journey guide. You can schedule a session with me, find out more about how I help through calls on my website at kristinwindsor.com. And that link is here in my Instagram bio and the video description below on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being brave enough to love yourself. Thank you for your courage in investing in your healing journey. I know it can be some tough work, but it's worth it. Healing is so worthwhile because when you heal, you find out who you really are. And that is the greatest adventure and magical treasure in all of the universes. So keep at it, soul friends. You got this. I'm sending you all of my love, and I believe in you. Keep going. And reframe healing so it's a word that feels good to your subconscious.